Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a movie review of the movie Meteor. This is an older movie. It's a lot of people probably haven't heard of it. It was from 1979. It's a wonderful movie. It's a great disaster movie. The U.S. The thing is the U.S. must join forces with the USSR. This is during the Cold War, mind you, in order to destroy a huge asteroid heading for Earth. This is a precursor to a lot of the modern disaster movies. They did one called Bruce Willis was in it, Armageddon, I think it was called, and then another one called Deep Impact. Had a lot of good people in it. It was a good movie. But those followed this. This was before that. Uh, this was the first movie I ever saw that painted contemporary Russians as human beings. Keep in mind this is during the Cold War, so most of your Cold War depictions of Russians are they're the bad guys. And this was the first one that painted them as humans. There was excuse me, cats. Okay. Um, Up until then, most Russians were depicted in movies of the time because it was during the Cold War. They were depicted as the bad guys, and this is the first one that depicted them as human beings, as people, just normal people. A different government, different political ideology, but people. Uh, Really, really great cast. The incomparable Sean Connery, who is brilliant in everything he does. If there's a movie with Sean Connery, it's going to be good. He can make a turd shine like gold. And there's a few actors out there that can do that. Sean Connery's one of them. There's not very many of them these days, but Natalie Wood, beautiful, beautiful actress. She's in it. She's a very talented young lady. Carl Malden, great, great actor. Brian Keith, Martin Landau, Trevor Howard, Richard Dysart, Henry Fonda plays the president. Um, Joseph Campanella, Bo Brunden. Really, really good cast. Quality people. A lot of these people you probably haven't heard of, but their talent is no less than some of the big name stars. The one thing I like about back then, they tended to get the right person for the right role, and they didn't care about their star power. They cared about making a good movie. Nowadays they'll put a big name star in a movie to sell the movie. Back then they I'm sure they did it, but it was a lot less prevalent. I'm going to talk about some standouts here. Brian Keith, he plays a Russian scientist, and he is so good in everything he does. I am always amazed at the range that he has. He plays a Russian scientist, and he's the guy that comes over to help coordinate the effort. And Natalie Wood plays his translator. Uh, Brian Keith did such a great job of this. Such a great job. He there's a part in the movie where they're going to have a toast, and he says, "I learned this from a cab driver. Fuck the Dodgers." And then at the end, the Dodgers give him a gift. You got to see the movie. It's funny. It's really funny. Carl Malden is another standout. He plays a government man who's trying to bypass bureaucracy and red tape in order to save the world. This is one of your government guys he's trying to expedite things. He's trying to get things done, and he knows there's red tape, and he's trying to bypass it. He's the guy who's running 85 miles an hour in 100 different directions so that the stars can walk along the path and get everything done. And he does it well. Carl Malden does it so well. He was in a lot of the older movies. I believe he's dead now. He probably is, but he really great actor, really great actor. And in this role, he shined. He really shined. There's a point where Sean Connery's character, it's in the beginning, where he's arguing. Well, I was warning him about this, blah 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 blah, blah. And in order to get him on track, Carl Malden's character yells at him, "That thing is 5 miles wide and it's heading right for us right now. It's no longer academic," or something along those lines. but he does it so well. He's such a great actor. Such a great actor. Um, it's and of course Sean Connery. He's a standout too. You can't overlook Sean Connery in anything he does. This guy makes the movie, and he does. He's this is my opinion. Whenever he makes a movie, he can take the disparate actors and the different roles of the people around him and tie them all together. That's what Sean Connery does, and he does it well. He makes other actors better, and in this movie's no exception to that. He is so good. The movie is Meteor from 1979. You can catch it on YouTube for free. I watched it the other night. Check it out. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.